something else that's been pondering on my mind is how being too understanding sometimes gets you ran over. Being too cool gets you ran over. They don't respect it. They complain about a bitch, but people respect bitches. People straighten up when a bitch come around. People don't want to hear a bitch mouth, so they do what a bitch want. I think I'm going over to the bitch side of things. Yeah, all that cool understanding shit, because I'm such a empath, and I have such this crazy life that I understand people a lot. I feel like I get it, because I know my heart. Everybody ain't like me though. But from now on, call me Mrs. Bitch.
Now you know you're not supposed to be reading nobody's diary, but I tell you what's in mine. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jernè, and this is my diary. So in today's video, we'll be diving deeper into upgrading our identities. And sometimes that means that you gotta become bitchy. Yep, Cash Doll said it. But if you are new here, hey, my name is Jernè, and I help the girls step into becoming her confidently. So make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button, and we're gonna dive right into this video.
You could be the smartest, the most well-spoken, the funniest, the most beautiful. It's going to be very difficult for you to be confident about yourself if you don't know yourself. And the thing about knowing yourself is you don't find yourself, you create yourself. Your personality is not real. It is literally nothing but an accumulation of decisions that you've consciously or subconsciously made along the way. If there's something about your personality that you don't love, change it. There is literally no reason why you shouldn't be someone that you're absolutely obsessed with. My credentials are I teach personal branding for a living. So when people say things like, here's how you're gonna get to know yourself, how to get to know yourself better, you're creating yourself, creating a version of yourself that you really love. Because there's no reason why you shouldn't be like, holy shit, I'm obsessed with myself, I'm so cool. The same way that you would when you look at celebrities or other people or role models. If you were a color, what color would you be? If you were to describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be? How do you walk into a room? What kind of friend are you? How do you handle stressful situations? If you were a drink, what drink would you be? If you were a city, what city would you be? What are your hobbies? How would you describe your aesthetic? Who are some of your style icons? How would you describe your personal style? If you were an object, what object would you be? If you were a couple objects, what objects would those be? If you were a brand, what brand would you be? What are your strengths and weaknesses? How do you make other people feel? How would you describe your energy? If you're a plant or a flower, what would it be? How would you describe your flirting style? What kind of partner are you? What kind of friend are you? What are some things that you value? How would you describe your communication style? I love all these questions. I know they might seem really surface level, but I'm telling you, if you keep taking personality quizzes and keep watching people online and being like, oh, I like that, I'm just gonna act like that, you're never going to believe yourself. You're gonna call bullshit every single time. And when you know what color you would be if you were a color, and you can walk into every single room knowing that, knowing what you are and what you're not, you have no idea the confidence that you'll step into because you know who you are. You cannot be confident about yourself if you don't know yourself.
Sometimes things can be so simple, but we can make them so complicated, okay? But I just want you guys to know, like she was saying, that when you know yourself, you also know that you can always change yourself into the woman that you love. I hope y'all wrote those questions down that she was asking, because that is just a start. As a matter of fact, I want y'all to choose one of those questions that she said, and I want y'all to give me y'all answer down below, okay? So no matter if you decide what type of drink you are, your new habits, what your aesthetic is, I want y'all to comment down below. Because if I was a color girl, let me tell you, I would be purple. Purple, because why? Purple means royalty. So now I'm just stepping into that version of being royal, being that girl, okay? Being that bitch. Oops. That's running my life, though. Nobody else. Because also when you know yourself, can't nobody tell you about yourself. Now, people may give you some type of criticism, but realize that the same criticism they giving you is the same criticism that they need to take for themselves. So, take people's advice with a grain of salt, but also realize who is in control here. You or them. You let me know.
In January, I decided that I was going to become my dream woman, and I have taken action. A lot of y'all do not be taking action. I'm going to tell y'all everything that I have done cosmetically wise to become my dream girl. Then if y'all want, I can also tell y'all the mental and emotional and other aspects, and also like my dating things that I do if you want to see if they resonate with you, or if you just need some ideas on where to start. Let me know if y'all want that. But I've got my lips done. I have a syringe in my top lip, and then I have a little bit right here. You can kind of see it a little bit right there, but I have a little bit right there just because my bottom lip was bigger than my top lip and I wanted them to be somewhat proportional. And then I also got my braces put back on. I've had braces before, but I just did not wear my retainer for like a year, so I got my braces back. I also got both of my hip dips filled. I got one of my hips was a little more dipper than the other, so one has more filler than the other one, and I have a little bit of filler at the top of my butt, but that's literally the filler that I have there. And then I also was very clear, and I'll tell y'all the steps on how I was able to achieve becoming my dream woman and working towards it, but I'm just gonna tell you everything I got for now. But I also revamped my closet. I went through my closet and I threw away all the outfits that weren't serving what I wanted to serve and were giving like somebody that I didn't want to be. And so I threw those out and I went and I bought an entire new wardrobe. Pants, shirts, certain colors, certain fabrics, very specific, and I'm very like tedious about how my clothes are handled as well. And I also like did my laundry completely different to try to maintain my clothes. Like, I soak all my clothes in OxyClean. I separate them now, actually, to keep the quality of them. So I revamped my entire wardrobe. And then I also dyed my hair. I dyed my hair blonde. It's not dyed right now. It needs to get touched up or whatever. Like, my leave out and I gotta sew in. But I'm giving it a break for now because it's screaming. But I dyed my hair blonde, and that's my color. That's what works for me. And I'm getting it re-dyed, revamped, deep condition, all that stuff, whatever, soon. But those are the things that I've got to customize my character.
Now, of course, when we are upgrading our identity, we also want to upgrade our looks. And I'm here to say that if you're one of those girlies that love cosmetics, that want to do cosmetic work, girl, do it. I just feel like you should do what makes you feel like you will love yourself, but also do your own research, to know what's being put into your body. But I'm here for it. And I'm a natural girly. So if you gotta, get them lips right and tight, get them eyelashes done, wax that cat, do what you gotta do to make you feel like her all the time, then do it. It sounds like I need to be sponsored by Nike, don't it? But I want you to decide what you want to look like. Not looking at another celebrity, not looking on Pinterest. Look in the mirror and say, okay, what do I want her to look like? I want her to have a nice booty. That's swoopty-doopty. You breast lift. What is it that she needs to look like for you? And when I say she, I'm talking about you. That woman that's looking in the mirror back at herself. I'm going to sound like Michael Jackson. Hold on. Let's get back to this video. Here are some habits that I started incorporating in my life that made me feel expensive. And I do have my diary here because I am Jernediary, helping you become her confidently. So first things first, I keep promises to myself. Because if you can't keep a promise to yourself, how can you trust yourself? Okay, second thing that I start doing is taking care of how I present myself, okay? Even on regular days, because I just never know who I'm going to run into. I'm not walking outside with the bonnet on, okay? I'm walking out with skin glossed up, lips popping, hair done, okay? And, of course, smelling good. And third, I've been romanticizing my life, y'all, so that means clean sheets. I just got me a new little cute water bottle, too, okay? And having a clean space. Looking luxury, feeling luxury starts as an energy before it becomes a lifestyle. So you don't want to wait to feel abundant. You want to start practicing those things now. And so if you're ready to step into becoming her confidently, grab my Becoming Her Identity Workbook and my link in my bio. Or down here too.
You need to become strict with your life, you guys. You're not going to see success unless you're very, very strict. You need to run an insanely strict program. People are running around wondering why they aren't successful. You're not successful because you're not strict. You don't have discipline. You don't have consistency. Consistency comes from discipline. Y'all got to get real strict with your lives, okay? We left the club, okay? Poor people go to the club. When I left the friends that weren't bettering me. When you become insanely strict and run a high-ass program, you have to run a very, very strict program if you truly want to see success. And that's just what it is. I'm sorry, you're not going to see success if you're not being strict in your life. Strict can also come in many different forms, okay? That's fitness, what you eat, what time you go to bed, how much screen time you have, who you hang out with. You are who you hang around. Remember that. You can put strictness into every aspect of your life, and the second you start to do that, you will see mass change. Because I did all of those things, and I literally went from making $3K a month to $30K a month, and it came from straight discipline and being strict as shit with my life. I run a very tight program. It's a tight ship around here, and I don't play around.
Discipline and consistency is what gets you far. And a lot of people don't say that. They either say one or the other, but those two really go hand in hand. Because when you're disciplined, then you become consistent because you're on that routine. And that's why I say having a routine is so important. And if you don't know how to create a routine, then girl, grab my Becoming Her Identity Workbook, okay? Link is down below. Not only that either, y'all, but you'll be able to write down your goals that will reflect into that new version of you that you're becoming. Y'all better start sleeping and become her right now.
I'm gonna give you some good shit for free real quick. And I want you to really think long and hard about what I'm about to say, because this shit right here is really going to make things simple. And it's going to help you to minimize the overthinking, okay? So, listen up. I'm a case manager, and it's literally my job to deliver services and case management to those who need it, okay? And the number one thing that I see all the time, or that reigns true all the time, is that it's not about where you are in life. It's more about what you are willing to do. You can have all of the resources in the world, but if you do not have the willingness, the willpower, the grit in order to really put those things to use in whichever way you need to use them to get to where you need to go, then you might as well not have the resources. You get what I'm saying? You could have a car, but you have to be the person to decide or make an action in order to make that car do what it needs to do. Meaning, if that's push a button or if that's to push the gas, okay? Willpower is such an important thing. Having that dog in you is such an important thing, because you can have everything and still have not what you need to get you where you need to go. Okay? I know people who have had nothing, but they still figured it out because they had the willpower to do the work. I know people who have everything and they will never go any further than where they are now because they think that they have already arrived and someone else owes them something. You get what I'm saying? It's very important to nurture your willpower by staying in good mental health with whatever you need in order to do that, whether that is medication, whether that is, therapies, whatever that is, okay? Keeping your heart, you understand? Like, really protecting your heart space, because depression or sadness, whether it comes from just a natural chemical imbalance or whether it comes from somebody coming in your house and messing your shit up, if you know what I mean, that can also tamper with your willpower. And so it's never about what you have. It's never about what you are capable of doing. It's about what you're willing to apply in order to get that thing you say you want.
You know, I felt that because I also seen a post the other day saying that we can't be focusing on how we were raised. We need to be focusing on how we are living our lives now. You know, it's so easy to blame somebody else or to make up an excuse for ourselves. But like she was saying, you got to have that willpower, because you do have the power. You have the power to make every decision in your life. You have the power to make choices. Just take a moment and sit back and think about how powerful you are. What are you good at? What are your strengths? The same questions the other lady was asking you earlier. And if you are enjoying this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and share this video to your bestie, your mom, your sister, whoever that needs to upgrade their confidence so that they can feel like her too. We in this journey together, y'all.
Here's some things that I find incredibly chic. Starting off strong is not only red nails, but short nails. Natural nails, no acrylic. I feel like they're so grown that it's kind of interesting, kind of hard to explain too. Clothing pieces that are on the flowier side, but tight enough to show your curves. So sexy, so grown. Screams, I'm a grown woman and I can do whatever I want. Everybody loves this, but a really cute pajama set. Like, wake up in your pajama set, make a good breakfast, drink some tea. I'm gonna be that wife that owns over 100 pair of pajama sets. Next thing on my list is a slick back, but not just a slick back, a no edge slick back. I've been doing them lately. I will say it took me a while to get used to my forehead being out without edges, but next thing is horseback riding, and I actually used to ride equestrian growing up, so I have a love for horseback riding. Like, yes. And lastly, this might be too niche, but a fat, juicy Hugo Spritz. I won't take any Hugo Spritz slander. They're so classy. We're not taking shots in the Hamptons, babe.
A red nail is everything, because once you understand the meaning behind colors, you will start to choose colors that represent the energy that you want to bring or show people. Have y'all ever just seen someone's aura, like they were just shining yellow behind them, or they were shining green behind them? That's because that's their aura. That's their energy that they're giving off. Now, what is your aura? Well, ladies, realize that you don't have to break the bank to look like that girl. It's really the energy that you put out. And I can't stress that enough, because in order for you to feel like that girl in that outfit, what does the inside of you feel like? And I have to ask you those questions because we have to start diving deeper into ourselves and asking ourselves those uncomfortable conversations to better understand where you are lacking at.
At some point, as a woman, I feel like you should wake up one day and realize, like, you know what? I'm playing with this shit. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter how you have treated people, what you have been through, how rough life was for you. One day you should wake up and be like, I'm playing with this shit. Like, I'm really hurt. I can change my ways. I can change my life. I can be a better person. I can make more money. I can look better. I can be the baddest when I walk in the room, whether the baddest is in there already or not. Like, one day you have to wake up and realize, like, damn, I'm really playing with this shit.
So my question to you is, are you going to be on the sidelines, or are you going to be in the field playing, on the court playing? What you going to do to step into becoming her? Time is going to keep passing you by. Don't keep waiting. You waiting for the right time, and the time is now, and I'm here to tell you, don't keep wasting your time. Step into becoming her confidently. And if you needed some help, sister, you don't got to step into becoming her alone. I'm here for you. Check out my website down below to see how you can step into becoming her and how I can help you, boo. I thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and step into becoming her confidently. Mwah! Bye.